The main thing that I think companies screw up at the pre-product market fit stage is sort of speed of iteration. If you have some kind of meaningful, albeit perhaps small, sort of initial set of users, and you're rapidly iterating in response to sort of their feedback and sort of observed behavior and so on, then I think that's like a really good spot to be in. And I think, again, at that juncture of pre-product market fit, you should be sort of doing everything you can to tighten that sort of feedback cycle. And so then from a hiring standpoint, I think it should really be about, okay, well, what's going to get you there faster? And I mean, I think at an early stage, it's most likely just people who will help you kind of build the product. But of course, not too many, because at some point, like, you might be able to do more, but you might actually be less responsive because you have a bigger team to manage or something, right? And so as an empirical matter, it seems that somewhere between kind of 2 and 10, depending on exactly what you're building, is kind of the optimally responsive size. I think in principle, the calculation you're sort of trying to run is, okay, each successive person takes time to hire, and so slows us down in that regard, takes time to onboard, slows us down in that regard, kind of takes time to, I know, just kind of meld with the sort of culture and learn the stack and all that stuff. That also takes cost and time. Then involves subsequent ongoing cost of just like coordination and alignment. And so there's that kind of persistent tax. And that's not just necessarily a linear cost, but it can be sort of, quadratic or something kind of given, the multi-way communication problem. So you have all these costs to an additional person. And so the question is, okay, but this person can also help us like get more shit done, right? They can write more code or talk to more users or whatever. And so it's kind of, is that fixed benefit to sort of that additional person worth all these other costs? Again, with I think the ultimate arbiter being, will we be more responsive to what we're learning about our users given the presence of this additional person? And I think, whether or not you will be depends on the complexity of the product and the complexity of the market and, all that stuff. But I think that's in principle the calculation you want to be running.